Hello. Sorry, I am super pink. I don't know. It's the lighting in here. Hi Soleil. Hi Rachel. Oh my gosh, right off the bat. Nice to see you guys. I just sat down. I also just woke up. um, so I'm gonna continue to get started here with some hellos. So as people come in, you can say hello. What are you doing? What are you reading? Soleil, are you what was my question? Oh yeah, are you like here, like are you at home or are you just on the go? What you up to? Rachel, how about you? How are you doing? What are you guys doing? Let's see. Sorry. I need to drink actually some of this immediately. I know it's a weird question, but the last time you were on the live, you were on the way to go to a game thing, and it was like, oh, Soleil, and then you had to pop off, to go do your thing. So I was like, oh, are you here, or are you just hopping on really quick? But I'm glad to see you. It was the excitement of being like, oh, where are you coming from? Where are you going? I gotta get my kid bathed and in bed, but after that, I'm gonna read more of The Familiar and The Solstice Court. Nice. Oh, are you still enjoying The Familiar? Is it still good? Because you have only made it sound good so far. I really want to pick it up now. Like, I have it saved on Libby. I'm like 218th in line, but I'm really interested in it now. Are you here? Yes, I'm chilling at home. Nice. Okay. I saw on your Instagram. I freaking love rock climbing. Well, indoor rock climbing, I did it with Vincent a couple times and it was really fun, which I was surprised at because I'm afraid of heights. So don't know why I liked it. Maybe it was all the soft padding, but your place looked like huge. Like I don't know if I could go where you went. It was very tall. The little Japanese ones over here are just my size. Hi, hello. How you doing? You gonna be writing today? Yes, The Familiar is getting better and better every chapter. That's fun because at the beginning it sounded amazing. So that's great. Like, yeah, nice. Okay. Yes. Okay, so we have so far The Familiar and The Solstice Court. Soleil, are you going to be reading? You going to try and get something done? And then, yay, I'm glad. Some writing done. We got to go bouldering. Bouldering was the word I was looking for. Thank you. What, you can see my workout equipment in the back if I put my hands there. That's interesting. We got to go bouldering. Yes. You just got to go up a few feet. Very chill. Nice. I will be reading God Killer. This is fantastic because I will be reading Sunbringer. I did start it, and it was a lot of exposition for picking up where we left off, but I will not give any spoilers for God Killer, I promise. But I am fighting right now a book hangover. I read Nona recently, and I've been just listening to the Locked Tomb podcast and kind of obsessing over the series in general. So I'm like, I'm not doing well. I'm not doing too hot in the reading category because I am constantly thinking about this world and I need to like leave it, especially since I'm supposed to be writing book 2 of this. God, the worst. There we go. Book 2 of this. So like I got lots of books here. I also need to beta read. I'm doing a high fantasy beta read right now, and it's a very big project. It's like over 280,000 words. And I've been reading it for about 3 months. So I need to get it finished. So I might try and chip away at that as well. So I got lots of things I'm reading today. No writing today for me. Oh my God, I can't wait to start Nona. Nona can't wait for you to start with her. She's going to be so great. You're going to love her. Yes, very promising for the first book. Very much enjoying God Killer right now. Yay, good. I fucking really, really loved God Killer. I still have to read Gideon. I want you to read Gideon when you have nothing else in the world to do and just all of the free time to chill. Just put yourself in the most comfortable situation, because I had no idea what was happening that entire book, but I absolutely loved it. I must have misplaced a zero there, because it's 280,000. I'm sorry. My bad. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That's the number. I was like, I wish it would have been that because that would have been 80 less. Yeah. It's like a very high epic fantasy on a very large scale. I feel like it could have been about 3 books, but they combined it into one, and I'm reading it, and there's a lot of details and descriptions, and it's a lot of fun. I actually really like it. And the writing style is good. I'm enjoying the book and the beta read, but it's because it's so large scale, I feel like I'm also charging on Fiverr, so I'm taking a lot more time with it. I actually canceled, I put myself on hiatus so that I could just focus on it, because I was like, I don't think I could really charge this person if I was giving anything other than like my all here, because there's so much. Like I don't know. It's intense, but it's really good and it's really fun. And I like being able to like read early work, because I definitely have a stronger appreciation for it now that I've had early work, where I'm like, this is going to be a book. Okay. When it turns into a book, I'm like, yeah, okay. Now that I've seen the process, I know the development, I'm like, yeah, I'm very excited about early drafts. So I'm hoping that the next draft I get from them is not the 280. Gideon was such a blast, though. Yeah, an absolute blast. I love it. It's one of my favorite things of all time. I just think it needs time and attention, or you just have to put it down. There was a couple of times I put Gideon down when I first started it, because I was just like, there's too much going on here. When I have nothing to do, Jade, do you know me? I know, that's why I'm like, yeah, in your spare time, in your free time, just, when you're have nothing. You have nothing going on now. But don't pick up Gideon right now. Finish God Killer. All right. Okay. So yes, these are sprints. I'm going to go ahead and get the sprint timer set up. When you are retired, please read Gideon the 9th. I feel like you have like early retirement energy, where you're so well accomplished that you're just retired at, like, I'm going to put you at 45 leading into 50s. You're on the beach. That's what I'm giving you. Okay. These are sprints. We are going to be reading. I do have a timer, and I'm going to go ahead and add that right now. So let's give me a hot second. And then, yeah, great. Okay. I want to go with this one, and I'm going to set it so that there's 25 minutes on this timer. So it's like an hour long, or it's a 50-minute timer, but wait. Here we go. Yeah. So we'll do the 25 minutes. Because 25 minutes is a nice long amount, but not like too long. It's not the 30, not the 40. It feels good. Christmas timer. I'll do the Christmas timer next. We're going with Kiki. This is the vibe I'm trying to bring in right now. This is the energy. Honestly, early retirement sounds ideal. It's going to be great for you. I'm very happy for you. I've done enough already. Put me out to pasture. 45. You're getting there. All right. Hi, hello, Jess. Welcome. Okay. Let's Jess, what are you reading? Before I get started, what's on the docket for you? Are you reading? Are you writing? What's the game plan? Cleaning? A lot of people have told me they cleaned during my live shows, so that's also fun. The Solstice Court. Fantastic. I might switch over to the Solstice Court later, but for now, I'm going to get some bringer done. So I'll put it at the top of the stack. Also, I got the sprayed edge one to match the other one, and it's this is going to be a problem because of my background, but I don't like it as much. I'm like, what is that? Is it stalagmites? What's happening here? The other one was really cute, but the inside is gorgeous. So we got that going for us. Okay. Let's go ahead and we're going to do 25-minute sprints. It says a warm up, but I think a lot of the sprints will be 25 minutes. So, just keep in mind that I'm lying. And we'll go ahead and get started. Solstice cult. Let's see. I'm prepping for D&D tomorrow, though. Oh, okay, cool. Nice. Very productive. Oh my God, so pretty. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead. We'll get 25 minutes in of whatever you're doing, whatever you're reading, whatever you're writing, and then we'll check back in. I will also full screen this. It's adorable. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Oh, hi, Bara. Currently speed reading my essay. I love the study energy you bring in. Like, it takes me back to university immediately at all times. The bummer with the matching sequel set is I've already read the first one by the time they released the match. Right? I know. I felt like I was taking a bit of a risk when I got this one. And now it feels like even more of a risk because some people have not been liking Sunbringer. So I'm like, but Godkiller was so good that I don't care. I'm going in. Speaking of going in, let's go in. Oh, the map. Okay. All right. We're doing this. We're doing 25 minutes. I will see you guys on the other side of that. Okay, hello. Welcome back. How did your reading, writing, essay writing, D&D planning, how did it all go? These chapters are very short, and these are like something about Hannah Kaner's writing style is just very quick. Like I'm getting the images, but they're like flashes. They're not heavy detail. But these chapters also go very, very fast. So I actually finished 2 chapters, which was about 10 pages. So it's about five a chapter, which is really nice. I'll go ahead and make this smaller. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Which I do like short chapters. I also understand a chapter has to be the length that it is. Sorry for everyone reading the Solstice Court. They're not like the worst length chapters. I feel like there's bigger offenders out there, but I don't have short chapters like this, which would be super nice. I think book 2, I might have better done it. Like I feel pretty good in book 2 that I have shortened my chapters. Like I got the craft of it, but there are more chapters. So I'm like, is this what is this? But yeah, so I'm on chapter 5 in Sunbringer. If you're joining late, it says the Solstice Court Plus. I'm on the Plus right now, which is Sunbringer, the sequel to Godkiller. And I want to know how everyone else is. Let's check in. Also, get rid of this banner because that's no longer the case. Okay, scrolling up. Oh, dang, there's lots of comments. Great. I'm halfway there. Nice. Definitely need a break though. I'm going cross-eyed. That's what the breaks are for. Definitely the sprints should always have the break as well. Take your break, Jess. Oh, whoa, I got so focused. I forgot I have the stream on. Welcome. Did I terrify you? Did I scare you? That's great though. If you need to go back to writing, the writing bug, like when that itch is happening, sometimes even if I'm doing sprints, I have to just be like, sorry guys, no way. And then I just keep going. So if you need to keep going, keep going. Oh wait, this is Bara. So Bara, you're reading, right? Yeah, I think you're reading. You're writing. I was doing okay until I had to look up military ranks. Oh my gosh, don't even get me started. I ended up making my own military ranks because it got so convoluted and there were so many different areas. I was like, you know what? What if these didn't exist? So I feel you. You can make up your own if that's possible. I don't know what you're writing. So, within the confines of your project, I made up my own because I went, I don't like this many. And all of the different little nuances between the ranks. I wish you all the luck. Okay. Sorry, Bara. I did for half a second think you were writing for some reason, but you are reading over your essay, which is good that you were hyper focused on that because essays are important. I listened to 2 chapters of The Familiar while I folded towels. Ooh, you're also getting some laundry done. Nice. And now my kid's out of the bath, getting into bed soon. Thank God he's had me up since 5 a.m. I'm very sorry, Rachel. I was up at 5, but I also didn't have anything to do at all. So I just laid there. And that's an immense privilege. And I'm really, really impressed by you at all times. It went well. About 10 pages, almost got 2 chapters. Right? See? They roll. They go. Nice job. Okay. Right. Okay. I skipped ahead. Hi, I forgot to say earlier, I'm working out. Oh, you're working out and reading the Solstice Court. Oh, nice. Almost done with weights, and Solstice Court is at 53% complete. Whoa, that's crazy. That feels insane to me that someone's 53% of the way through my book. I hope you're enjoying it. I do know where that is in the book, so I have nothing to say that's not spoilery, but thank you so much for reading it and working out. That's awesome. I should work out on a stream sometime because I try and work out once a day, but I usually do it like first thing in the morning, and I don't have it in me when I'm doing sprints. But if I worked out on one of the sprints, this is an idea. But I'd be on camera working out. I'm not sure if I can do that. I'll do it on someone else's sprints. Jade, I like short chapters. Also, Jade, 3 chapters in a row that are like 40 pages long. That is an over exaggeration. I want everyone to know this is an over exaggeration, but they're not incredibly short either. Some of them are. I can think of 3 of them, but the chapter is as long as it needs to be. I'm just gonna keep saying that until you all believe me. Very sorry. Oh yeah, I got spooked. Sorry. I'm married to a military man, and I get his rank wrong all the time. He hates me. I mean, there's so many, and they're so nuanced. It's so confusing, and it's different between the Army versus the Navy versus the Air Force. Oh my God, right? Just OMG. Yeah, that is the exact. Oh my God, Rachel. I might be coming to you with questions. Rachel actually helped me really, like, quite a bit, actually, because I have a ship scene in my book, The Solstice Court, the book that some people are reading. There's a ship scene, and towards the end. I'll just keep it as vague as possible. There are ships in this world, and someone is on a ship, several someones, and Rachel was like, so it doesn't feel like they're on a ship. And because her husband's in the Navy, she was able to give me some points, like inline comments, and now the ship rocks, which it's in the Brash, which is a highly tumultuous ocean. So that makes sense. I don't know how much I did to fix it, but all of the fixings was through Rachel's help. I'm right around the same place. I think I'm 49%. Nice. Oh, that's good. I just read the word DNF and I was like, okay, control your body. You're on live. But then I read the sentence. Reading sentences is important. That's what I found out through live shows. That's the honesty I bring to this. I am indeed enjoying the Solstice Court. Would have already DNF'd if I did not. I'm really glad that you have not DNF'd and you are enjoying it. I'm very, very glad. The chapter is as long as it needs to be. Mantra. But actually, your long chapters don't feel long. Thank you. Though, like, they aren't a slog. They're intriguing all the way through. Unfortunately, going back to this mantra, I really do think a chapter is its own, like, private story where it has the beginning, middle, and end. And I could cut it off to have, like, a whole bunch of cliffhangers, or just to have, like, scenes. Some people do scenes as chapters, or like 2 scenes as chapters. But really, for me, I have to kind of, like, it feels like I'm not progressing the plot properly. Like, if I end a chapter and I haven't finished what's happening in that chapter, it feels very odd to me. Like, I'm like, I feel like there was more to be had here, and it feels like lacking. Which that's why this one, I'm like, okay, I need to take notes on God Killer, specifically Sunbringer. I mean, I'm also having that, but with God Killer, I feel like I am getting the fast pace, but I'm also getting what I need from each chapter. And I'm like, well, how are you doing that? Because, yeah, my chapters are longer. They got more to do, I guess. I don't know. Let's move on. I honestly don't mind long chapters. You're in the right place. I am the type of reader who will stop mid-sentence that's another thing. I do too. I will put a bookmark in mid-sentence. I will stop what I'm doing, like, in the middle of it, and it'll have nothing wrong to do with the chapter. It's just, oh, I'm done reading, or I have something else to do. I'll just boop, set it down. I don't need to finish a chapter. If I'm enjoying the book, I want to give myself the excuse of getting to the end of the chapter to read more, but yeah. BRB, bedtime for kiddo. Okay, I hope he goes down easy. I keep hearing little snippets about your book, and I can't wait to read it. Mott and I are doing a buddy read for it. Oh, that's so cool. A buddy read for my book. Weird. Oh, I'm getting weird feelings. That's really cool. I hope you enjoy it. If not, you can always DNF it. Just don't tell me about it. Well, actually, you can tell me about it because we'll have to have like a personal conversation if you're in a Discord where everyone's talking about it. Anyway, Jay teaching us the lessons of reading sentences is important. The more you know. Rachel, you're back. Since I'm reading in Kindle, it'll tell me like 38 minutes left in a chapter, and then I feel like I only read for 4 minutes, but then it says only 5 minutes left. I'm like, how did the time go by fast? 48 minutes. Oh, Kindle, you're not doing me good. I'm sure it'll be great. I'm 80% sure it'll be great. So you and me, we're both sure. Okay. Let's see. I think if I go over to the sprint timer, it says that I've done y'all dirty and that the sprint has begun. So let's go ahead and get back to sprints. Are we good with 25 or do we need longer? A couple people seemed like they were in the midst of doing things when the sprint ended. So should we do 30 or do we want to do 25? Do you need that extra little push? How are we feeling? I'll get this back up here real quick. No, other way. It seems like I'm talking to myself, and that's because I am. Okay, here we go. And if no one answers within a significant amount of time, I'll do 25 minutes because the playback on here can just be real awkward. So 30 minutes is my vote. Well, guess what? You answered first. So that's how democracy works. First vote's in. Let's do 30 minutes then. Bum, bum, bum. And I hope everyone is okay with this timer because it's kind of like my favorite timer. So I'm kind of willing to just do this until I get it to where I want it to go. That's not a vote. So, look at all this neutrality. You are the vote. Let's do 30 minutes. All right. Everyone get ready, get set, get comfortable, and away we will go. Okay, welcome back. Not trying to scare you, but if you were watching my live sprints, that sprint is over. How did we do? How's it going? Let me go ahead and remove this here and mute on there. Yes, how'd it go? I switched over to my beta read, and out of the 200, like I am quite a bit of the way through the 280,000 word count. I just read 3,005 words, which are edited, not edited, beta read. I beta read 3,000 words, which puts me at, this is the grand total that I have left to read, which is 95,644. But I am trying to read 10,000 words a day. So that was a nice little chunk out of my day, which is great. Let's see. Sorry, I read ahead in the comments. Let me go ahead and remove this, put on a 10-minute interlude, and then hop back over. I'm so glad you were good with 30 minutes, Jess. Oops, sorry, almost fell asleep in my kid's bed. I used to love when my parents would do this, like when they had to like read to get me to go to sleep, or like, they were rubbing my back or something like that. And like, I'd be laying there and I'd feel like the hand fall and I'd be like, oh, I got him. I've reeled them in. They're mine now. I loved when my parents fell asleep in my bed. It was like, you're weak and now you're mine. So glad you made it. Made it out alive. Hello, I listened to 2 more chapters of The Familiar after my kid fell asleep while I fed the cats, got my laundry. Dang, you are making good time. You're making lots of different progressive things happening here. Now I'm making tea. Very nice. I need to finish this coffee so I can have more. Next, 56. I know exactly where you are. When you said 53, I knew exactly where you were. I went, oh, I know the beginning of that chapter. 56%, and I just met a creature that deeply interests me. It's a deeply interesting creature. Evil Jade. For more than one reason. You don't even know. Laughing. Yes, I was rubbing his chin. His chin. I liked the soft tickleback scratches when I was a kid. I was just like, yeah, like it was like rain. I don't know. I'd call it pitter patter when I was little. I go, can you pitter patter me? Just a really embarrassing thing to say on the internet. Why am I doing this? Anyway, nearly done with editing my essay. Oh, good for you. Good job. I know that's a lot, and you got a lot going on. But it's 1:30 a.m., so I'm gonna hit the bed. See ya. Good job. Good work. Good luck on all your finals and everything. I know you got a lot going on, so thanks for coming. Have a good night. I want coffee so bad, but I think tea will be easier on my stomach. That's a good call. I won't out your Chipotle story, but I think that taking it easy on your stomach is always a good call. The writing is slow going tonight. Oh, I'm sorry. Is it a slow scene, or do you think it's just where your mind's at? Because sometimes I'll have a scene that I'm really enjoying and I really like. The words are coming, but it's not fast paced. It's not I'm building it slowly. So are you slowly building, or are you having a hard time with your writing right now? Is your brain not there? I disappeared. I hath returned. Welcome. Welcome. I'm glad you've returned. Did you read while you disappeared, or were you doing other things? Tea sounds good right about now. Yeah, tea. What kind of tea does everyone like? I am a chai drinker, but I also like Earl Grey. I like, what's it called? Okay, so outside of green tea, it's really hard to find teas here. So my grandma will send me little tea packets in envelopes because she can just send it snail mail. I've quite the collection. Hold on. I've arrived. Okay, first, this is not one that she sent in a little envelope, but is this not, no, come on, the cutest tea you've ever seen? The Jasmine Tea Dragon, and it's green tea, which we have a lot of here, but the boxing. It's Avatar: The Last Airbender, and it's good. Then I've got, we have Halloween blend tea. Happy Holidays blend. She just sends me the most random. Let's see. Oh, Darjeeling. This is my favorite brand. I don't know if that's bad or taboo, but I do really love Twinings. Twinings. Let me know if I'm dumb. Earl Grey, of course. But then we also have Sleepy Time tea. And then I've got, let's see. These are she'll just send me these packets where I'm just I smell it and I'm like, that's mystery tea. It kind of smells minty. Oh, and then when I was in Ireland, I picked up berries tea. Again, I don't know if these are you're like, wow, these are basic brands or whatever. But I was just drinking tea while I was in Ireland. I was also getting over COVID or whatever, but I was drinking tea all day. Tea tour. Oh, right. Yeah, it's a tour through my tea. Got it. Yeah, I was drinking this every day, and I was craving it so badly. I had my friend send me some because it was every single day. I got trapped in Ireland. Originally, it was supposed to be a week-long trip, but Japan was still closed. So I got COVID on my way to the airport. Like, I was on the train. My friend's like, "You kind of look dead." And I was like, "I'm doing fantastic." And she's like, "Are you sure?" I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm great." And then I fainted. Fainted, woke up, and she's like, "You're gonna have to miss your flight." I was like, "No, I'm fine. I'm heavily fevered." And so we go and we take a COVID test because you needed one to get on the plane to the country that was closed. And they were like, "You have like hella COVID." So I was like, "But I'll miss my flight and I have to go to work." And they're like, "We can't help you." I had to go to the embassy. I was going back and forth between Galway and Dublin because the only place to get the COVID test that they allowed into the country, it was a nightmare. And I had to have the specific test where it's like months out, where you might not be able to, like, you'll be like, "Oh, you no longer have COVID, but it's still in your system." That was the test I needed to get a negative on. And I was like, it was a trip. But I ended up being in Ireland for like a month. And I was just drinking berries tea. That's originally what this story was about. That's why my chapters are long. All right. What do we got here? I'm going to check up on comments now. Oh, y'all like tea. Great. I'm really glad, or this would have been a terrible time. Let's see. I'm scrolling up majorly. I'm so sorry, guys. I just went on a tirade. Let's see. It disappeared. Returned. Tea sounds good. That's where we went off. Slowly building. Lots of intro stuff. Nice. That's good. You don't have to be super fast and clicky. If it's coming, it's coming. Earl Grey is my favorite. Nice. I did not read. I was texting him. Posted a Tic Tac. Great. I'll have to like and repost that later. I'm a basic bitch. I just like black breakfast tea with milk and sugar. I do put milk and sugar in my tea, but I don't need it with berries. This is now a berries commercial. Yay, tea, show and tell. Let's see. I had the most amazing lavender lemon sparkling iced green tea today. That's amazing. See, okay. Japan, I love you so much, so dearly. It's just green tea, and like we're talking like matcha, like this is ground up powder, and you're just putting like hot water and like churning it. That's what's happening. It's more of like a brushing stroke, but the point is it's really hard to find any other kind of tea here. And I'll flat out be like, "Do you have any black teas?" And they'll be like, "Why would we have black tea? Why would anyone drink that?" I'm like, "Okay, that's fine." Oh my god, it's that Avatar. Wow, I'm really far back. Uncle Iroh. Legend. Uncle Iroh is a legend. I like everything except chai. My favorite tea. That's okay. We can have different taste in tea. Uncle Iroh. Darjeeling. Yes. Twinings or Twining. Don't know. Great. Twinings is a solid tea brand. Oh, good. Okay. I'm glad. Okay. Riley asked me who's Uncle Iroh the other day because I was watching a clip of Avatar and I said, "He's the world's uncle. We love him." That's the best thing you could ever teach your child. Tea tour. Sleepy time. I love sleepy time. Okay, wait, did I already? Oh, okay. Sentences are important. Okay, I'm a basic black tea girl, but also I do love a good peppermint sleepy time. Yeah. So basic, Jade. Wow. So much Jade. Flashback to Jade trapped in Ireland for 2 weeks. A wild ride. Yeah, it really was. Chamomile. I'm guessing that's to me being trapped in Ireland. This reminds me of when I went to Ireland and you highly recommended I go to Galway from Dublin for my one-day visit because you took that trip so often. It was great. Honestly, apart from the whole COVID thing and not knowing if I'd lose my job or be able to enter the country that I was currently residing in, it was an excellent trip. I was jogging every day. I really got to know Galway. I was drinking tea. Oh, sorry, I didn't actually. It all circles back to the chapters. Yeah, it does. That's why my chapters are so long. No end. No one does crazy beverage concoctions quite like the US of A. That's true. I mean, and yours sounded really good. Do you format this ebook on Atticus Film? Atticus, which I don't highly recommend, unless you are on a budget. If you are on a budget and you really want to have some sort of formatting software, Atticus is a lot cheaper than Vellum. I have struggled with Atticus in a lot of ways. It's not that it's not user friendly, it's that it's not really it's not reliable, and there's a lot of really weird quirks if something goes wrong that make it frustrating and give me the feeling of like dire situations. It's just, yeah, I can't recommend it, but I think you can also get through with it. Like, I mean, I have a book now, so it's not the end of the world, but I definitely I would chit chat anytime about using the software, because I had to find a lot of really weird back alley troubleshooting things in order to get it to do what I wanted at all. And I kind of hate it. Every time I see that little dog twirl around in circles, I think about running it over. And I really love animals. Next. Reading is important. So important. Who knew authors could write and not read? Wild news. Let me just tell you, I can't read. Exactly. Oh yeah, no, it's infuriating. I can't help you with everything, but if you ever want to talk things through, I can try and help you troubleshoot. One of the things is the chapters. Sometimes the text will just be like the standard text, and it'll just ignore the fact that it's formatted for a certain thing. It's really, really annoying. But I figured out how to do that by going into incognito mode and then logging in and resetting and restarting it in incognito mode. And it switched it back. I downloaded the file. And then as soon as I left incognito mode, it went back to being bullshit. That got dark real quick. Yeah, it did. I really hate Atticus, but I love tea. Did anyone else enjoy what they were reading? Was there anything else we needed to cover? Or should we get started on another sprint? It really did get dark. I'm sorry, guys. I hate formatting software. Something about me I didn't know. And there's only one dog I would ever run over. And he doesn't really exist. So that's fine. That's cool. And I don't have a car. So anything else? Yeah, it's terrible for print mode. I don't know how you did this well with it. That's really nice. I cried. That helped. I'm not the best advocate for Atticus, but I also don't have money. So Atticus was the way I went. It was already a splurge. And that's part of the frustration of it, is like there's such a large degree of difference between Vellum's price and Atticus's price. I really couldn't make it work, but I also, it's frustrating because it was still expensive. I still had to pay a lot of money. So I was like, wow, I'm paying a lot of money for this. I paid money for this. He's not a real dog. He's blue. Jade running over the digital Atticus dog with her bike. Yeah. Crying always makes things better. Facts. Okay, y'all. What hacker do we know that can take down Atticus? It is an indie software, and like they're always reminding me in their emails where I'm like, please help me. This isn't working. They'll be like, I'm sorry, we're such a small team. We're just trying our darndest. Like they sell it. They sell it. They're indie. They're small. They're like, we're trying to go up against the big boys, and it's really overwhelming. I'm like, before you put out another update ever, fix the things that are broken. They've also never helped me once, but they've been so kind that I always give them 5-star reviews afterwards. Like they have never fixed one of my problems ever. I've always had to go onto Reddit or talk to another person. But yeah, no, they have not done a single thing for me that has been actually useful. Like none of their tips or tricks have worked, but they've done insane things in emails. Like one of my instructions that they sent me was like an insane thing where I was just like, you have to know you need to fix this. If you're having this kind of problem and you're like, oh, well, if this is wrong, try doing this. And it had like a whole bunch of back alley things to do. I was like, can you be better, please, for a low price? It's 300 versus like 1K for Vellum. Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, that might be the right prices. I don't remember. I just remember being like, one is realistic, one is impossible. And I had to go with the realistic one. That was my face the entire time. But I knew that I couldn't format it myself because I'm just not that meticulous. I wouldn't have been able to catch as many mistakes already. There's some formatting mistakes I've caught that I can fix and I know how to fix, but I wouldn't have known how to fix it if it was like on a Word program. Complete respect for anyone who formats their books themselves, because I know it's possible, but Word really isn't set up for it. Like, it's not user friendly at all, and I just high respect. Yeah, a dark turn indeed. But I'm glad you asked, because I don't come across, like, all the Reddit forums are asking for help on Atticus, but I don't come across people like organically just being like, oh, I use Atticus too, and I like it. So it's validating. Should we do another round of sprints? How are we feeling about that? Or I can bitch about Vellum Atticus all day. Oh, I'm wrong on the price. It's $250 for Vellum and $150 for Atticus. $250 was not possible for me because I got my cover done. That makes sense. Yeah. I think that there's like upgrades and things. There's things about Vellum that make it more expensive, and I don't remember what, but yeah, that is the two prices. God, that $250 does not look as bad now compared to what I've gone through with Atticus, though, and that's insane because I don't have that money. Like, I don't have $250. I didn't even have $150. But $250 looks a lot better having used Atticus. What is an anti-commercial? Per year? No, I think maybe Vellum is subscription and Atticus is flat fee. That might be the difference. I was going to say, those are Adobe prices. Oh, God, don't even get me started on Adobe. Making a book is hard, guys. It's so hard. Like, so my artist did, obviously, the art for the Solstice Court. Like, all of the beauty of this book, artist. So then I was like, well, I need typography. I need it to say my name and the Solstice Court on it. And then I'd like it on the side and then eventually on the back. And she was like, I don't really do typography. And I'm like, that's okay, because I'm in love with you. Anything you say is okay. And then I went on to Fiverr to get the typography done, because I was like, okay, this is not a full cover. They just need to add the typography. I don't know anything about that. So I went on there and he used AI. The Fiverr guy used AI on this and had it, like, he extended the top so her hair was kind of raised up. It extended to the top and you could see like more of the castle because he like AI generated it to like scoop it up, and like it was totally a different font and a totally different thing. And I realized that it had AI and that he also made her, I mean, now she's like bright pink, so this is not a good representation of the book, but if you've seen the cover before, he made her incredibly pale. Like me. He highly saturated everything, but she was pale. And I was like, I just want you to add font. Can we just add font? So he sent it back. And it still had problems with it. And I just paid him because it was over. It was done. I was like, I'm not using this. And then I did it myself. So I had to find typography, purchase typography, and then I had to do it on there. So like there's the little flag here, and it curls around the S. I did that with Adobe Photoshop, and it was exhausting, and I hated it. And I'm not ever wanting to do it again. But I have to do it for all the other books because I bought the typography and they all have to match. I think I only have bad news on here today. Do I have anything nice to say? I should have some Iro tea. I bet this would make me happy. Okay. Let's see. Adobe prices, one-time fee, but I know why I didn't get Vellum. It's Mac only. Oh, right. I don't have Mac money. That is its own term, isn't it? Mac money. Yeah, I have my iPad. My Mac broke. My Mac was like from 2012 and finally died. Yeah, that is a whole other thing. Mac money. And InDesign is a subscription. Jade, I don't even know what you're laughing at. I love your font. Thank you. You did an amazing job with the typography, though. Thank you. It took forever. And, like, I know that a professional probably could have done it better, but I had already had a professional and I was out of money. Like, I literally was like, what do I do? I don't have money anymore. I'm sorry it was hard to make it the way you wanted, though. Yeah, it's okay because it worked out in the end. And now I know how to fix it. Like, if things go wrong, on the proof copy I got of the hardcover, the spine, if you can see here, this needs to go a little bit more this way, just like a smidge. And this needs to go a smidge this way. And this is perfect. But I can do that now. I can go on to my thing and I literally just move it my smidge that I need to, and it's a lot easier. I can also change the price. So on the barcode, I can change my prices on the barcode and make a new barcode and put it on myself, so I don't have to hire anyone anymore to do that because I can do it on Photoshop, which is nice. Currently, the hardcover is $18.99. I don't know if that's a good price or not. It's a test price that I'm doing. I don't know, guys. I don't know anything. Especially with the photoshopping. Thank you. Yeah, I love the Delphi. Yeah. I can't read. I'll just keep saying it. The Delphi theme you used for the interior, and I love the cover too. Oh, thank you. $18.99. I'll take 3. Well, now the price is going up. I wanted to keep it kind of lower because it is a debut. But I also want to keep it affordable in a way. I've read so many things about marketing that's like, don't market too low. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to market too low, but I don't think this is too low. I think that this is a price that you might have bought a book a couple of years ago, or you might find now. And for a debut, you're already taking a risk and a chance on it. I feel like that's a good price, and I want it to be as affordable for people. Like, I want to do special editions in the future where I make it a little bit of a higher price. But for just trying out my book, I just want it to be affordable. So good price for a debut novel of this length. Oh, okay. Thank you. That's validating because I literally have no idea. Like, I did look online on Amazon. I was comparing different books and different prices, but it's very hard to know like why people are setting the prices so high and why they're setting them lower, if it's trad pub versus indie. Like, there's so many different things that go into it. So I kind of settled on that number and it felt right. I didn't want to go over 20, and a lot of people had their books listed as $22. And I don't know, something about it. I was like, under 20 is good. So hopefully, yeah, and then we'll go from there. I think right now I have the paperback at $14 or $15.99. The 99 thing, people were just telling me that like that's what you do, and I'm like, all right, fine. Well, I think $18.99 is good based solely on the fact that I googled average YA hardcover and it said 18. What? I put so much work into this. Don't tell me that. Plus, if I saw that in a store, I would be like, yes, reasonable. I would spend this. Perfect. Excellent. I hope everyone else has your same brain. Let's spread that around. Okay. I think 30-minute sprint was great. I actually really liked that number. Hold on here. This is me gearing up for said sprints. I am going to go ahead and start this timer because we need to get reading, writing, cleaning done. We can rip into Atticus later. At any point in my day, I'm willing to talk about destroying that dog. But I do want to make sure we still get some work done here. So let's see. Okay, I won't tell you that it took me 3 seconds of Googling yet. Don't tell me ever. It's okay. I can compartmentalize that in my brain, so it's in a box now and it doesn't exist. So there are no prices in Bossing Say. I thought you said Atlas for a second. That's my D&D NPC that everyone hates. I hate Atlas too. I might have said Atlas instead of Atticus. Sometimes words come out of my mouth and they don't mean anything. And then sometimes I write a book, which is totally different. All right. So we're doing sprints. We're going to get work done. I have 10,000 words to read and now 10, 9, 8. I have 7,000 words left. So let's get this done. I don't know Atlas now, but he's causing a stir. They're causing a stir? Okay. Yes. We're doing this. Everyone ready? Get set. Do things. Hello, welcome back. Alrighty. Damn, now I want pie. Me too. Pie's great. Let's see. Pause that. Or wait, just mute it. There we go. And remove. Boom, my face, just like that. Yeah, I have no idea what any of you are talking about. I'm not a clue. Welcome! I just joined. Welcome. Thanks for coming. We are reading, writing, cleaning, doing things. So whatever you'd like to do, by all means. I don't know if you plan on what you plan on doing for these sprints, but welcome. How did everyone do? I read 100 words and then got caught up on Discord because we were talking about giveaways, and I have quite a few different giveaways going on for like to enter a raffle for my hardcover. But I needed to get one of them started because we're apple picking in the Solstice Court, which is a scavenger hunt where you get to checklist off things and collect apples. So let's see. And so, yeah, how did everyone else's sprints go? How are we doing? Good question. What book are you reading? I'm actually currently beta reading. So I'm reading a book that's not ready for release yet. Just getting some of my opinions and thoughts in on a early draft of a book. And it's a very large book. So I'm trying to get 10,000 words read of it, or like, beta read of it a day. And when I'm not doing that, I'm going between this book, which is Sunbringer, which is the sequel to God Killer, which I absolutely loved. And then I'm at some points reading The Solstice Court, which is a blur because, of course, it is, which is my own book, which I have a Discord for a street team. So lots of random crazy things happening here, but you are more than welcome to join in whatever capacity. Let's see. I'm seeing if I missed any comments up at the top. Oh, I know Jess left. Bye, Jess. I know you're long gone, but bye. Thank you for coming. Again, don't know what this is about. Couldn't tell you. In case you're triggered by gaslighting, I do know what it's about, and I will explain it a little bit. I won't really explain much, but I'll keep talking about my scavenger hunt and apple picking later. So that'll make more sense. Just people just saying the word tart. Let's see. Listen, I was here the whole time and I don't even know what we were talking about. Same. Great. Perfect. Oh, can I play in the games and opt not to win? I want to give you my money. No, you can't. You don't have to give me money, but you can definitely participate in the games. But I would love if you could still win a copy because you're deserving. Yeah. I ditched the intro stuff because you are writing. In favor of writing spice. Ain't that just the way? That's completely fair. I hope that that's a little bit more fast paced. And you can just add the details later. Get the gist going. That sounds like fun. Oh, good. Oh. That's fair. I got some stills from my video so I can make a thumbnail tomorrow, and then started reading more Solstice Court. Nice. I actually have to go make dinner. Oh, thank you for coming and feed kiddos. But if you guys are still live in a while, I will pop back in. Nice sprinting with y'all if I do not see you again. Yes, thank you for coming. I don't know how much longer I'll be sprinting. I think we might just do one more. But I really appreciated having you on. It was good seeing you. Okay. I have 60 minutes left today. Good food poisoning rain check. It's fair. How do I read a book that's not out yet? Let's see. There's a couple different ways. New authors will post advanced reader copies, so ARCs, on like different forms of social media. So if you search for ARC or beta reading, I can type that into, because I'm not fantastic at enunciating. Beta reading. Also alpha reading. Alpha reading, or ARC, which stands for Advanced Reader Copy or Advanced Review Copy. These are the things you would look up if you were trying to search for authors that could do that. So authors are always looking for early readers because you do need to have more input than just your own and your friends when submitting a book. This goes for traditional publishing as well. There's also different sites. Some of them can be a little pay to play. Fiverr is a place where you can get paid to do alpha and beta reading. Advanced reader copies you can't do on Fiverr because those are supposed to be meant just for distribution, and that can be like kind of a little icky with sales and such. But that can be found in a different array of places. I'm probably not the best one to give in-depth instructions because I'm a scatterbrain, but I hope that gives you something to work with. Okay. Next, do you have a favorite writer? Mine is Samuel Beckett. Oh, a favorite. This is so hard because my favorite authors change quite a bit pretty often. I really love Evan Winter. He's the author of Rage of Dragons. I think that he has lots of good writing advice as well. Anytime he's talking or speaking or doing something, I absolutely love everything he has to say, and I think he aligns a lot with how I like writing. So Evan Winter is definitely one. Tamsin Muir is the author of Gideon the Ninth and the Locked Tomb series. She's a sci-fi author, and her level of detail and foreshadowing is just fantastic. So I think those are two of my current ones. But yeah, great question. I will give you my money. I will own all 3 editions, ebook, paperback, hardback, because I am in that book and I want to show everyone. She is in the dedications. I'm reading Bonesmith. Oh, I've been wanting to. This is by Nikki Paopareto, right? I read her first trilogy, which had like Phoenix Writers and everything, and it was really good. I really like Nikki Paopareto. I've been wanting to pick up Bonesmith. Are you enjoying it? It sounds like such a cool premise too. Like she's got me. I also really like necromancers, which is why Gideon the Ninth and this one Nona the Ninth and Harrow really stand out to me. So right on. I love Evan Winter with my whole being. I do too. I really, really, really love him. I am also a Brandon Sanderson fangirl. Brandon Sanderson just does a very good job. Like, I don't have like the sparkles with Brandon Sanderson, but I do feel pretty great reading Brandon Sanderson. All right. Yes, I'm guessing Bonesmith is good. Great. Sorry, there's some lag, so I'm always wondering what the next person's saying. Oh, I need to read more necromancy books because I love it too. Yeah, it's something I didn't realize I really liked, but the magic system is so cool and interesting to me. Yeah, so. All right. You can rewind there if you need this again. But, I should also put on that we're on an interlude. So we're just chit-chatting for a little bit. Let's see. Back to if you are on the Discord or you're watching this back later, or if you want to join the Discord later, for the giveaway, the scavenger hunt having to do with collecting apples is really just like a checklist of doing different things to enter the raffle. So the more apples you collect, the more chances you have to enter the raffle. In the Discord, for people who are not in the Discord, I will make this brief. I apologize. And I'm going to be putting it in the Discord soon, so we'll have more information. But if you did happen to see a secret word, that will fall into a lot of the different giveaways. So I'll be airing it on all of my live shows moving forward until the book's release. So you'll have a chance to catch it if you didn't. You can also use playback. So that's my whole spiel about Discord giveaway shit. I am on chapter 21 and there are 42 chapters. Ooh, nice. Nice split right down the middle. So you're at the midway point. Can I join the Discord? So if you have an advanced reader's copy of the Solstice Court, it's for my street team. So it's people who are gearing up ahead of time to promote the book, to review the book, to shout about it on social media. So it's kind of like for authors, it's a team to have behind you for your release. It's especially helpful for debuts. My book is a debut. And so if you join the street team, it's for reading the book and then reviewing it, shouting about it, doing extra promotional work. So it's incredibly helpful. But there is a form to fill out. I think if I don't have it in my current description box, because I kind of just popped this on, then I will have it more readily available. It's in my links and description for joining advanced reader copies, street team, and stuff like that. So there are that you can join if you have interest and would be a good fit for the Solstice Court book, which, I mean, you already have good taste because you're enjoying Nikki Palparetto. So that's a good start. But yeah, so there's a form to fill out. And then if my book sounds good to you, that's also super helpful. Which I'm terrible at pitching it verbally, but there is a blurb, and I should have links in the description of this live show, but I'm not entirely sure. I am indie publishing, which is why I'm an unprofessional. Okay, let's see. For beta reading, I don't think I'm going to get these 10,000 words done today. I felt a distraction feeling in my brain. It's called the Solstice Court. If I take this off here, Lord, not tech savvy. The Solstice Court. So there's the spelling of it here under me. The CR is for currently reading. That's not part of the book title, just the Solstice Court. And Jade Juniper is what it's written under. But yeah, I looked. You do have links in the description. Thank you, Rachel. This is a street team member. So helpful. Thank you so much. I was like, gosh, I don't want to promise anything because, if there's ever an unreliable narrator, it's me. But yeah, and it's fantasy. Cozy political fantasy is what we're going with. So yeah, if it sounds good to you, then feel free to fill out an ARC application. And you can just mention in like the comments that you're also interested in the street team. So yeah, go for it. If it sounds good to you. Otherwise, don't go for it. You'd have to listen to me ramble all the time. So yeah. Let's see. I would like to get lunch. So I'm going to make this next sprint the last sprint. It'll be, let's do 30 minutes. So a 30-minute sprint of reading. We'll check back in after the sprint. I won't just, poof, disappear. See how you're doing, and then we'll call it. Sorry, I know some people were just joining, but it's been going on. Oh, great. Court politics and the weight of expectations and responsibility, and also the characters are so endearing. Perfect. I'm glad I don't have to talk about my own book. I'm so terrible at it. Thank you, Rachel. Let's see. Did you know Goodreads has seven 5 stars on your book? I do, because I had earlier readers. So there's been different waves of readers. I had alpha readers, beta readers. So alpha comes first. Those are the people who are reading it in the roughest form, and but it's polished enough to read. You're feeling geared up and ready for publishing. And then you have beta readers, which are supposed to be definite strangers. You're not supposed to know them. And they read your book. So you put it out in the world just being like, a test trial. How's it going? How you feeling? And you have beta readers. And they can also give you feedback on your book in ways that you can still make developmental changes. If something resonates with you, or if you need to add more description to a passage, or people are not understanding the emotions or intentions behind a character, this is the time where it's kind of your Hail Mary. It's your last chance to get it out there. And so that is beta reading. And then right now I have advanced readers, which are people who are reading the copy that's going to go out into the world. So copies finalized and finished. If they see a typo, by all means, tell me about it. But the book's done. I'm not making changes to it. I'm just going, okay, what do we think? Get some advanced readers. And so, yeah, that's the people who have currently rated my book are within that sphere. And I'm so incredibly grateful. I feel very nice, good feelings towards those 7 stars. Yeah. I know I'll eventually get 1 star, but you know, that's a book for you. Opinions. As someone who is reading this book for the 2nd time, it deserves the stars. You can trust me. I don't know. You can trust me. I love to shit talk about books. You really do. You really, really do. Can confirm she does. Yeah. So thank you very much. But yeah, no, I appreciate the star. I try not to look too much at star ratings, because they can be scary. But my partner looks at them first, tells me, and then I also get the stats of on Goodreads. It'll show you stats for how many people are have it in like currently reading versus on their TBR shelf, which is kind of cool. So I can see the numbers moving around. I can see like how many people plan on reading my book or have interest in it, which is neat. And then I just avoid the star stats until my partner tells me. So yeah. All right. I mean, I know I'm the one who said it, but you guys didn't have to agree so aggressively. You know, we did. It doesn't bother me. I know my legacy. That's good. And it's why it makes your channel super entertaining. Okay, let's do this last sprint because I'm hungry. I've been eating this entire time, but I've been eating my breakfast this entire time. So there's that. Let's see. Where's my timer? This is not the timer I wanted. Going back. Oh, I promised Christmas. God, I'm such a liar, Rachel. Why do you deal with this? Hold on. I'm putting Christmas on because I did promise Christmas at the beginning of this, and it is a 30-minute timer. So let's get her done. Okay. I am putting the Christmas timer up. Because it is a 30-minute timer and it's the one I promised at the beginning of sprints. So that's nice. Yay, Christmas. Yay, 1 more sprint. Yeah. Oh, this reminds me to put my banner so that people know when they're coming in. That is indeed the last one. And then this one, look at this. We're doing great. Okay. Yes, if you plan on reading, read. If you plan on writing, write. Get that spice going. Whatever you plan on doing, enjoy your sprints. I am going to, I think, get the scavenger hunt ready for this sprint because my brain's there now. It's no longer in the other worlds. So that's what I'm doing with my last sprint. Amazing. You're doing amazing, sweetie. My son made me read him a Christmas book at bedtime and I was waiting for the ambiance to match. I'm so sorry. Wow. I really messed that one up, didn't I? All right. Here we go. Sprints. Not muting this. Muting me. Let's get going. Let's unmute me and mute this. All right. That was the last sprint. Yeah, we're making eyes at each other. Ooh la la, what's happening here? Okay, how'd it go? How'd your sprint go? Mine went well. I got my scavenger hunt set up, which, I mean, it's called apple picking, but I'm using the word scavenger hunt to better understand what it is. So got that set up, caught up on a few things, and I beta read 1,088 words. So my new total that I have to finish by the end of this month, which is doable, is 94,556. How'd you all do? Jinx, yeah, you guys did put it up at like the same time. It like popped up in bloop, eyes. So yeah, how you doing? How's it going? Woo, you're getting there. I am chipping away. It literally feels like just chipping away and just having little pieces fall off. When it was at the 288,000 something, I remember looking at it and being like, why does this feel doable? I was like, yeah, this is doable. And then I read a chapter, and it's a good book. I think that it has good bones, and I'm very excited for what this book will become. But I read it, and like I had kind of like this kind of calculator set up, only with the grand total on it. And I read, and I was like, man, I was writing things, and I was like, oh, maybe if we move this into like active voice instead of passive voice. And then I got to it, and I chipped away at it, and I was like, did that number even change? It felt like it didn't change, like nothing happened. I was like, oh my God, I just read like 12,000 words. What's happening right now? It was terrifying. It feels doable now. It took time. Yeah, in my final review, because I do like a report afterwards where I like give in-depth review, and I've been writing it for a while, but yeah, I feel like I'll have to mention that I think it could be split up. I do get that epics exist and that they're very large and they can be chunky, and you get those huge books and you're like, look at this tome. But I also think structurally that it could be, but I don't know. I'm going to play with it. And then ultimately it's the author's choice, which is totally fine. Oh, I still got my banners up. This is the end of sprints. So we're just chit-chatting and then leaving. Let's see. Okay. Woo, you're getting there. I did good. Filled in some missing things in some earlier chapters. Nice. Good job. I am also probably reading slow because I don't want to read the next chapter after this. The bear. No spoilers. Don't talk about it. Hello, joined at the last sprint, but read. Oh, nice. Welcome. But read to page 62 in Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. Oh my gosh, what a throwback. Right on. Nothing. It's just poorly written. Don't even worry about it. You guys speaking to each other? I'm guessing so. I mean, a book that big does raise some questions structurally. It does. And I do think it is possible to have really huge books, but this is his first book, and we are still kind of going over like story structure and stuff like that of like, and there's so many different story structures to do. I've also, from reading more Japanese books, learned that they don't even use like a 3-act story structure. And it's really interesting to look at story structure, but when it's that vast, you have to wonder like where things are happening, when you have progression and things like that. It starts to not reach its potential because you get bogged down in all of the details. And there's a lot of details in the book. Some of them are really good. Some of them can be probably taken out, and I'm just chipping away. I'm wondering if I know this, Allie, but I don't think so. Okay. Allie, do you know this, Rachel? Yeah, it's just a big book. And I don't think for a first draft, I don't think that there should really be a limit. Like, I think if it's underwritten or overwritten, he did finish a book. And I think that's the most important part of a first draft is finishing it. So, because he can always just cut it or split it or do all of that stuff later. Like, technically, my draft was probably that big because, I still have the timer set up for myself. my draft was that big because I didn't have them split up into the 3 books. I just knew they were going to be 3 books, but I wasn't worried about where I was beginning, middling, and ending at the beginning because I was just getting the entire story. But it did feel like I had conclusive moments where I was like, this is probably about where it's going to end. And that didn't change much in any of the drafts. So, yeah. But first thing, just getting it done. Let's see. Agreed. I think there is some grace with high fantasy being so long. I do too. Yeah, I think short fantasy is fun, but also there is something very great with high fantasy. And and just like you do have to put in more details because you're building and explaining something that doesn't currently exist in this world. If you have a contemporary, I'd fight nail and bone being like, that's too long. It's too long. Put your memoir in 2. But with fantasy, like a good example is there's a monk in my book, Monk by Loba, and I just said Monk by Loba, and they were in the library, and they were teaching something, and they were doing something, and that was kind of the extent of what I said about Monk by Loba, because bless their soul, they weren't important. But Rachel, calling you out again, Rachel was like, I'll actually read your comment in a second. Rachel was like, what is this? What is this monk? Does this monk look like my monk? Or, like, do they have the little bald cap on top? Or they have like a brown like sack? Like, are they wearing black? What about this monk? Because while I said the word monk, a monk does mean something different in my world. So I can't just be like, it's a monk. No, this monk lives on a freaking island that doesn't have a passage of time. That seems important. So then you have a longer chapter, or, oh God, it did go back to longer chapters. So you have a longer passage, you have a longer description, and fantasy. It's just the way it is. Okay, let's see. Going back. I think your book ends in a great spot. I say, even though I have no idea how book 2 starts. Book 2. I need to write that. Or I have it written. I need to edit that. I personally love a long book, but I know that it's not usually the consensus. I think that there are people who really love long books. I think it just needs to be justified. It has to make sense for the book, and not just every thought that you had is now on the page in the final form, because it has to be worth it. Like Stormlight Archive series is one. Can I live for it? Yeah, no, so many people do, and it's because every single one of his sentences feels worth it, and I see so much of what's going on. Like, I feel like I know exactly what the Cosmiverse pretty much looks like for me in my mind, because he used every single one of those words and sentences thoughtfully. He's not wasting time. Speaking of, not going to name names, but I encountered a 500-page contemporary recently. You don't have to name names, but I don't think I could. I don't think I could read. I don't know. There's something. I'm not a huge contemporary fan either. Everyone can break the rules. But that is a really long contemporary. Well, you don't want to name names. I was like, what's it about? But I guess that does name the name. I don't know, in some way. Yeah, you're right. Contemporary shouldn't be more than like 400 in my opinion. Yeah. I mean, not gatekeeping, but I just, personally for me, I can't read one over that. Because I'm like, I already know what your world looks like. It's my world. And I hate it. Please, tell me something new. I like a long book if it's well done. Yeah. I did indeed question you about Monk by Loba. I was like, who the hell is this person, huh? I'm not. Monk by Loba is non-binary, so I'm not giving it. Back to chapters. I know. I DNF'd it. I can't blame you, because that's a really long contemporary book. Too long. It's too long. Sometimes it's too long. And yeah, that's fair. I also don't love contemporary, and if I do, I prefer it to be literally less than 300 because I get bored fast. Yeah. Yeah, I do sometimes. I think, gosh, I don't know exact page counts, but when I go to a contemporary, I'm looking for suspense. Like I need to have like a suspense element to it, so it needs to be very fast paced. I'm guessing those are usually shorter. I can't think of a long contemporary that I've read, but I don't know the exact page count. But I feel like that fits for me as well. I knew they were a non-binary and typed guy anyway. It's fine. It's totally fine. I just didn't want to set anyone up for not success. Don't say it's okay. It's not. Well, I mean, some people do use guy pretty liberally. It's the girly and then the guy and then the dude argument. Like I myself would put myself within the gender fluid and like non-binary, but I saw something recently on Threads where it was saying some people lean more genderless and some people lean more genderful. So some people are more like, yeah, call me girly, call me dude, call me guy. And then other people are like, I want none of it. So it's interesting, considering I'm about to say I am Monk by Loba, and that's just a weird thing. It is okay because I think Monk by Loba would be cool with it. Monk by Loba's not cool with anything. Yeah, I guess you're going straight to hell. Doesn't need to be. Doesn't need to be forever. I agree. I knew you were gonna say it. Yeah, no, you totally called me out before I even did it. Good call. I do use it for all people, but I try to limit it with groups and it's non-singular people. It's more complicated now. And I don't say that as someone being like, back in my day, you could call, I can't even think of what's a really old, you could call them dudettes. Everyone's going to leave my live show, but that's okay because my live show is ending. But yeah, no, it does come more complicated because people are being more thoughtful overall. We've decided to be more thoughtful as a general society, and that just brings it about more where you gotta, it's gonna happen. And I really do think it's fine. Like, it's not the end of the world. For Monk by Loba specifically. Monk by Loba would ground me as a full adult, send me to my room. Yeah. I think all humor has indeed left their body, so that's that. Okay, I am going to go ahead and end this live show, get myself some lunch, stretch, touch grass, who knows. But thank you guys for coming here. This was a little bit a long one, not 6 hours, which was the first one. I'm trying to keep them around this time limit though. So thank you so much for coming. And yeah, I hope if you're in the Discord, you enjoy apple picking. If you're not in the Discord, I hope you go pick some actual apples. It's springtime. They're not in season. Good luck to you and your apple picking. Unless you're in Australia, wouldn't it be autumn? You might have some apples. Either enjoy the apples or no apples wherever you are. And until next time, I'm leaving. Bye. Thank you guys.